Greetings and welcome to another episode of The Living Room. I am Ava, and Ceirid and Andrea are with me today. We have a wonderful one for you today. Our topic is dreams made between the couch and the coffee table. Ladies, I'm excited about this one.
Oh, I am too.
As we all are.
Yes.
Thank you.
Ceirid?
So that we are posing this topic, we want to enlighten you a little bit about those little dreams that you have as you sit at the coffee table a Sunday evening, an evening coming home from work. What was your thought today that you figured could have been done differently? What did you feel you didn't accomplish? What is that dream you had? Andrea, what is that
Dreams. I had so many dreams, Ceirid. Let me just fill you in on one or two. Well, as we speak about dreams, we all would have dreams, obviously. That's how our lives are shaped sometimes. My dream was to be a nurse. I wanted to be a nurse. Yes, I started doing my own operations on lizards. And those, yes, yep, they were small and very cute, and when you open them, there was much. But yes, I wanted to be a nurse. I am nowhere near a nurse right now, but that was my dream. And, as life goes along, we have dreams of what we want to be, but life change our directions, yeah? Yes. We start off wanting to be this, and then we turn out to be that. Not that it's bad, but just by
It just wasn't the dream, yeah.
Yeah, just life happens, and you just, happen to just fall in another direction, or you just have a conversation with somebody and you realize you probably like this more, or even the experience. Yeah, you might just be,
And as we grow as well.
Yeah,
things change.
exactly.
Yeah.
So dreams could come and go and come and go, but we still dream. Even as adults, we still have dreams of what we would still like to be, what we would still like to become, what we want to accomplish. We still have dreams. So we have ongoing dreams. I have ongoing dreams. What about you, Eva? You have ongoing dreams?
Oh, yes. You can put that in caps. I've been called a dreamer, so that should tell you a lot. Yeah, and I'm happy to say that I'm living my dream. I'm living my dream.
That's when, as in talking too much. Yeah.
Told you my secrets.
She did. Yes,
Yeah,
she did.
as a young un, I got licks for talking, and by the grace of God, today I get paid to talk. Hello, but it has been a journey. I was not encouraged, and from very early on, I knew what I wanted. Whatever I had to do with talking. So I zeroed in on teaching from very early as a youth. That didn't work out. But in some ways I'm teaching still. I still teach.
You all happen to be teachers.
Yes.
Ceirid,
yes.
what about you?
For me, it was really very simple. I grew up always being by myself. Yeah, my mom would tell you, if you're looking for Ceirid, she's in a corner playing with a doll, always by herself. My name itself means of poetry, which I never knew, hence the reason, very much like Ava, I talk a lot. But coming out of that, yes, I started like yourself, wanting to be a nurse, and then discovered, hey, but you're afraid of blood. So
Yeah.
as we're chatting today, it's important that when you have those dreams, they are dreams that could be fulfilled. Yeah, so I'm not a nurse, but I'm still helping others. As a psychologist, I feel that level of poetry that we talk to, I continue to speak to it. And as we go along this afternoon, I would discuss, a dream that I had that somebody thought that I could do that I never thought about myself. That was realized. Yeah, and I am proud of the person and even more proud of me.
Oh, we're coming back to hear
Yeah,
that
coming
story.
back
We
to-
definitely
yes.
want to hear that story, Eva.
Yeah, for sure. I was an avid reader, so I think it was a natural progression, from all that reading as a child. They could have found me in a corner with a book. very quiet, reading. And I think that is what would have contributed to my love for language. Yes, so in several ways I am living the dream. I'm living the dream. And as we go along, I'll share on how I was not encouraged by this big, I was not encouraged in accomplishing one of the dreams that did come true. Yes, it did come true.
I want to ask, what about our parents' dreams? What about our parents wanting to be what they wanted to be? And they pushing us in that direction, only want to support that. Have you had that experience?
Yeah, but as much as I'm hearing you, I never had that experience.
Oh, okay.
My parents never told me what they wanted me to be. They accepted me for who I was.
Oh, that's good.
And a lot of those conversations that we would have had, yes, as I said, on a Sunday afternoon, it was, so what are you going to do with your life, and what you're going to do with your life? It wasn't them telling me what to do with my life. It was never about owning an occupation because it brought an income. It was always doing what you liked, and fulfilling your purpose so that income would come.
Right.
But they never bestowed on us, I need for you to be a nurse, I need for you to be a doctor, I just need for you to be.
Well, that's good. That's really good to hear, because some children are forced. They are forced to be what their parents want them to be. And it could be a pressure. I would say it is a pressure, because, you wanted to be something else and they want you to be what they want you to be. And then you may not do your best at that.
Correct.
Yeah,
because that's not where your heart is.
Exactly. So I know some people probably go through that experience or that phase in their life. Some people may have gone through it and done what their parents want them to do, and then some persons would have, I don't want to say rebelled, but just do what they were more comfortable doing.
I think it's a question of more. Back in the day, it was the status thing. Our parents wanted us to do what was what they considered to be respectable, and so there were the status jobs. Today, coming up, children have, or young people, let me say young people, they have more freedom and to express themselves and to go after their dreams. I think that they are encouraged more these days to go after their dreams.
Yeah, I believe though society has a way of, if you are from a family of doctors, I expect that you would be a doctor.
Yes.
And it's very disheartening for some parents who start off in that field, whether it be you're into manufacturing or you're into the medical profession,
family
and
business.
Your kids don't want to follow that trend. I honestly believe they should be respected for that, and I'm talking the kids. Follow your dream. Follow your dream. I think more often than not, what parents should look at is they're successful in what they're doing, even though they're not the doctor that I wanted them to be. Aren't you still carrying on the family's name?
Yes.
Even though you did not become the doctor from the line of doctors that we had from inception.
Yes.
Yeah. So fulfilling your dream is what makes you comfortable, what you feel should be, would make you happy doing.
Yes, you took the words right out of my mouth.
Yeah, and then it becomes less of a
hassle.
The
more when you're happy, you perform better. You do whatever it is you're doing 100%. Yes. Following your dream is what we want to emphasize here today.
Yes.
The importance of following your dream. And what I have found out is that a lot of the times people they are not able to understand what direction they're going when it's right there. The gifts and the talents, and those are the directions that the dream is calling. Yes, whatever you're good at. So I was very good at talking. So here we are today.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question, Eva. Can you remember the first time you spoke your dream out loud, and who was sitting with you when you aired that dream?
I was alone.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nothing's wrong with that.
No?
Nothing's wrong with that. So you spoke to yourself.
Self-motivated, that's fine.
and God. I spoke, yeah, God, I want to be,
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Because by that time I had been discouraged so many times and called dreamer in a,
I was just about to tell you that. It's good when you speak to yourself and you encourage yourself, because some people don't give you that encouragement that you need, and they could discourage you from what you really want to do. And
Yes.
sometimes it works.
if you're not
Sometimes
strong
it
enough.
works. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
kudos to you. Speaking
Thank
to
you, ma'am.
yourself. Karen, I want to ask you that same question.
Can you repeat?
Can you remember the first time you spoke your dream out loud and who you were sitting with when you did it? When you aired that dream?
I didn't speak it out loud.
Ah.
As I said before, I always sat in my own presence.
Corner, right.
That was me. So I did everything that Ceirid felt that she needed to do. Because I knew the ground rules, you got to be respectable, you got to be independent, you got to be. And those were the rules I followed and became the person who I am today.
Right.
So it wasn't, Mommy, I want to be a psychologist, or Daddy, I want to be a doctor. It was never that.
Right.
We got the opportunity as children to become.
You were not pressured.
Once nobody was a big thief.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But whatever occupation you chose, they were quite satisfied
That's
with.
awesome.
Yeah. So I never walked that journey.
Oh, I myself, I would have spoken to thyself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I found that speaking to others, they were like, you sure you could do that? Or
Discouragement.
why you want to do that? You get that? You wouldn't be good at that, So, but in hearing that from others, I spoke to myself, and this is what I want to be. And as I said, I wanted to be a nurse, then I went on to be a DJ. I wanted to be a DJ. I'm nowhere near that, but but the thing is, I was self-motivated,
Yeah.
That's important.
and I encouraged myself.
It's important. in
Even though
living
I
your
wasn't
dream.
good at it, I will keep until I get better at it.
So do you still have a dream?
Of course I do. There's so many. I still want
There
to be
you
a
go.
DJ. I
There you
still want to
go.
be a DJ at this age, but the thing is, I don't see anything wrong with it. The thing is, let me see, people cap off on age. So you're supposed to accomplish this by this age, and you're supposed to do that by, and that is so untrue. That is so untrue. I believe that whatever you want to be, you could go at it at any age. You could be young, old, older-ish, no matter what.
What's oldish?
Some people don't like being called old, so let me just say oldish.
The more mature folk.
Yes. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, but nothing is impossible. You could go after
I second
whatever.
that. I second that.
There's no, you don't have to start, okay, you want to be a doctor. You don't have to start at 20-something. I'm at a particular age right now, I won't say it, but if I feel to be a doctor, I will not let anything hold me back. I will go towards that. So people shouldn't put a cap off on, you should do this at this age. There's 80-something year olds now doing their degrees.
And learning to drive.
Yeah.
Or learning to drive.
Yeah.
And nothing is wrong with that. Society again makes it look as though you're supposed to do this. You're supposed to do this by 20-something, get married by 30-something, have children by this
Correct.
age,
Yeah.
get you this by that,
Yeah.
get a house by this age, and that is not the way, because for some people
Life happens
it can happen
differently.
like that, and then some other persons things happen a little
In a
later,
different-
and nothing is
correct.
wrong with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nothing is wrong with that.
One of the things I want to emphasize today, that it is so important not to give up on your dreams.
Oh yeah.
Correct.
And I beg people, do not give up on your dreams.
No matter
it's
what.
never too late.
No matter what.
It's
Go
never
after
too
your
late.
dreams.
Go after your
Oh
dreams.
yeah. I
Keep
believe
your
in that
dream
strongly.
alive.
Keep your dream
Keep your
alive.
dream alive.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But how, if someone is telling me, I don't feel that's the position that you should take, and I don't feel that that is what you're good at, and I don't feel, how do we continue to pursue our dream if I'm coming to you and saying, hey, you know a DJ thing that you want to be? The last song that you play wasn't all that.
Right.
So maybe you want to choose another profession.
Right.
Am I asking you to choose it for me, or am I asking you to choose it for you?
I think that will be for you.
Yeah.
that will definitely be
And
for
that
you.
is where some kids find it.
And that's where people get stuck.
Yeah, correct.
And that's why some people don't go after their dreams. They just settle for mediocre. They just settle for what they believe is their limit.
What would
and
be acceptable?
That's it.
Yeah.
What would be acceptable?
But you could be anything you want
That
to
you
be.
want to be,
You want to
yeah.
fly to the moon, so be it.
Or
Yeah,
do
but not
what
if
you
you're
want to
afraid
do.
of flights. Yeah, not if you're afraid of flying. Come on, we gotta. So even as we dream, we gotta be realistic in the dream.
Well, true, because I
Yeah.
wouldn't want to be a zoologist or whatever, and
Yeah.
you all had to bring snakes to me. I am
Right.
terrified
You know.
by snakes. So definitely that profession is not from once you come in by me with a snake, it's all over.
Yeah.
You don't have to tell me this is not my profession. This is not
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah.
I will tell you, oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you want to go after something you believe that you could do. Because, for instance, as you said, you don't want to try to fly the moon, or you want to be a pilot and you're afraid of flight. You're afraid of heights, or you're
Yeah.
afraid to fly, or
Yeah.
that kind of thing. So you want to be realistic too in your dreams as well.
What does it make? What makes it comfortable to dream? As you rightfully said, we don't stop dreaming. Yeah. A lot of the dreams that are realized in this same setting. Yeah. So we make ourselves comfortable with dreaming regardless of the age, regardless of the time. Because in those dreams you find happiness.
Yes.
Oh my God, I never knew that I could be so happy
Yes,
here.
yes, yes.
And that is what makes
so
a
true.
dream fulfilling.
So true.
Yeah?
That is so true.
Ava, if I
Yes.
can pose a question to you. Have you ever watched someone's dream grow from a simple conversation?
Yes, my sons. Yes, he is in his 30s now. When he was younger, he would say a particular thing over and over. That's something he would have learned from me. But repeating your goals, to keep them alive and that kind of thing. And today, I'm seeing him living that dream. Yeah, and I'm so proud of him. Yes.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
I want to get back to what you said earlier, though, about being realistic. You have to be careful there, because it could be putting limits on your dreams or yourself if you're too realistic. Yeah? May I share?
Yes,
Sure.
please.
Years ago, I had a particular person that I was inspired by a lot, and he was doing what I wanted, what I was dreaming of doing. I could call the name Mr. Les Brown, international motivational speaker, author, etc. That was where my brain was taking me. And I would have been in my 30s. And I was told, you will never meet him. I knew back then it was cassettes. I knew all his speeches on the cassettes verbatim. Could recite some of them up till now. And fast forward 20-something years after, I opened for Les Brown in Trinidad and Tobago, and I was told that girl, be realistic. You won't meet Les Brown, an American man out there, and you here in Trinidad. And he came to Trinidad. I didn't even have to leave the country to meet him. So I'm saying, keep your dream alive.
Definitely keeping it
Dreams
alive.
come true.
They do, definitely. And those are some things that you could just see happen in your life. Like you said, the person told you that you could never
Meet him.
Right. So that's what people say. Like, for instance, a lady told me some years ago, you will never get your US visa because you don't have land. Back then, you don't have land, you don't have money in your account, you're not married, you don't have car, you don't have anything in your name. Yeah, and that's just going back to show that what people say is not the end of your story.
You gotta believe and keep it alive.
I felt as though, okay, I can't get no visa. I'm not going to apply for a visa. It went so far that I dreamt that I was in a plane and I was over the Big Apple. Yeah, and I saw the lights and everything, and then the pilot turned the plane and come back to Trinidad.
You kept your dream
that
alive.
just goes to show you how people can make your dreams, they could crush your dreams. And the day I just got up, it's really up to us to do what we want in this life, and nothing is impossible.
gotta
And I
have
went,
faith.
no money in my account. And I just went just because, just to try it. Let me
Nothing
waste this
ventured,
money, because you know
nothing
you really don't get it back when you apply for a visa, and you don't get back that. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna put this side and put it as a loss, but just in case, I'm still going with a positive mind.
Gotta keep the faith.
I went in there, people lined up. I saw families in front of me, 6 of them, 2 get through, the others not getting through. I saw an entertainer looking all, I was like, oh, he couldn't get through, but he's an entertainer, okay, he will get through. And you know, a lot of things were going through my mind. I sat there in my positivity with myself, speaking to myself, you're going to get this visa. I walked up to the guy, I've never been to the US, don't have a clue what the US look like, don't have no family in the US, whatever, it's just a friend of mine. And I just walked up to the counter, the guy asked me a few questions in less than 3 minutes. Okay, Ms. Glasgow, okay, you're welcome, you will get your visa.
You didn't hop and skip
Less
and
than,
jump.
less than. People must be wondering, what's going on with this young lady? And this is me. I was like and then the guy was like, okay, Ms. Glasgow, you know, like, you can leave now. You go this
I
way.
would've been
And
doing
back then, you
cartwheels.
used to know when you get through your visa or not. It's either you stop by the TT Post counter, then you walk straight out. You walk
And
straight out,
everybody knew.
you know you ain't get through, right? So I walked to the counter, and then I was like, oh shoot, I forgot to ask him a question. Run back and tell any person, hold a second, how long did I get? He's like, 10 years, ma'am. I'm like, oh, I could hug you. And he's like, oh, my wife will not allow it. I will hug her too. And I just ran back to the counter, and it just showed me that no matter what anybody says,
You gotta keep the faith.
you could get through it what you want. Now, there's a difference in wanting a dream and keeping your dream alive and a fear for something. You're not going to go after something. A fear, that's what we're referring to as being real and keeping it realistic,
yes, correct.
right? But you don't want to go into something you know you have fear for. Like Karen was saying, she wanted to be a nurse, but she's afraid of blood. Now, why would you venture into being a nurse when by the time you reach a victim comes, you got to cap out? Yeah, they're not going to need you. They're probably going to tell you, let's just be the security outside and take down people's names.
All
yeah,
right.
because you're afraid of blood.
Maybe afraid of that too, but okay.
What you doing in here if you know
Yeah.
you're afraid? So there's a difference in being realistic, but you want to be realistic in something that you know that you could venture into that. Yeah, you want to venture into something that you're not afraid of, because you're not gonna want to dream of something that you know you're afraid of. Something you know you would love and enjoy.
Something you're afraid of, or entertaining fear, as you know, doubting whether if you can do it.
Oh, that's totally up to you.
Yeah.
That's totally up to you up here.
Yeah,
Totally up to you.
One of the acronyms for fear that I like, when we engage in fear, we never see the thing happening. So that alone will keep us from pursuing the dream, keeping it alive. One of the acronyms for fear that I like is false evidence appearing real. Because a lot of the time that is what fear does. We come up with all these imaginary no's. You don't have this, you don't have that, whatever it is, that will kill the dream. And that's one of the things that we have to be very mindful about.
Yeah, some people
Dream
could kill their own
stealers,
dreams.
dream killers. Those
Some
two right
people
there.
could kill their own dreams
Yes.
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, by their own self-doubt
Yeah, you go.
and not believing in themselves. They could kill their own
Yeah,
dreams
so,
themselves.
so dreams are realized then once you believe in yourself.
Exactly,
That's right.
exactly.
And
I believe
persevere.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I believe that. Yeah, definitely.
But beware of dream stealers as well.
How
We
so?
have to we have to be mindful of who we share our dreams with. Yeah? They either steal it or they kill it.
That's where envy comes along.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
Because
Correct.
envy,
Yeah.
yeah, they'll
And
speak negative towards you.
Yeah. And the very thing that they have dissuaded you about, next year you see them doing it.
Correct. Yeah.
Dream stealers, you have to be mindful.
Yeah.
I'm going to repeat it and repeat it. Keep the dream alive. Yeah? Keep
Yeah.
the dream alive.
Yeah, but I know that happens, but that's an interesting concept in terms of then who do I trust with my dream?
God and yourself.
Yeah, but I want to tell you what I want to do.
Well-
why you're not happy for me?
Well, time would have determined whether I could trust you. You must know who is in your corner and who will not steal your dream.
Well, let me tell you something with that.
Uh-huh.
You will think you have people in your corner because
Yes,
sometimes
yes.
you grow up people and you
Yeah, you
trust in everything you do, you trust in them. But how are they seeing you? Is it that they want to see you grow? So it's
Not
still,
everyone.
so how do we know who and how to trust? Yeah, because there are people you could be with, your bestie and all, could turn around and bite you and wishing you the worst. That reminds me of a story of a young lady. She posted it some time back where she wanted to do her visa. I think she's from another island and she had to go to another island to do the visa. And she told her bestie what it is she's doing to get this and what this and that and the other. And then when she went over to get her visa and appointment, they said somebody called and told us so and so and so and so.
Oh, wow.
To stop her from getting it.
And she couldn't believe because that was the only person she told was her best friend. She was doubting it's her
That would
best
have
friend
been
that did
devastating.
that.
Yeah.
And she did not get you with her visa because of the best friend.
Can you imagine?
And that's somebody who she trusted.
Yeah, so you
they
gotta know.
made contact with the embassy. That's to tell you how sick people could be.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
how do you
Envious.
know who to trust and how to trust? Sometimes you need to keep things to yourself.
yourself. I was just about to say
Sometimes.
that.
But it's okay if you could broad brush and tell somebody, you know, I'm thinking about this and hear what they say, you know. Nothing is wrong with that. And you see the reaction and everything. Then you'll know if you could go deeper into your story and tell them what you really want to do.
Yeah.
But sometimes people show them true selves. They show their true
Well, I am
selves.
not waiting for you to show your true selves where certain things are concerned. There was a time that my father called me secret agent because the only time they found out about something is after the fact. After I had done what I wanted to accomplish or do. Didn't tell us so. Just me and God going through.
Sometimes that's just the way you have to do it. Sometimes you just have to
Yeah.
do things in silence. And it just goes along better than when you tell Tom, Dick, and Harry. Sometimes you even have to hide it from family members because sometimes
Exactly.
people could just stop your blessings and
Right
just
there in your
block it.
family.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah.
Family and close friends. Wow.
So, you know, we are mature adults. If we have to speak to the younger children, the younger people who they're questioning, who do I want to be? Who do I want to become? Who do they then share that with? Who can I talk to? Who's going to inspire me? I know, Ava, you spoke of Les Brown, and he may have been a motivator to you.
Yes.
Who's going to inspire them? If you're saying, trust who you talk to.
As odd as it seems, Ceirid, let me tell you something. There are people who would prefer to speak to strangers. So you will
Yes.
have a teacher.
Feel safer.
Yeah, somebody in your church, just somebody you
Yeah.
look up to. But this person don't have any personal connections with you, but this
Correct,
person is like a
yes.
stranger in your life.
Yes,
And
yeah.
would you believe that sitting down and talking to a stranger might help you better and they will give you
Yes.
better advice? They have nothing against you, hold nothing against
Yeah,
you. They're just
yeah.
happy to see you
Yeah,
move forward.
yeah. Yes.
So if there's somebody that you think you look up to
Look
or
up
you
to.
know you look up to that you could sit down and talk
And
to.
trust.
Yeah, try it. Nothing wrong with that. You don't want people to hold things in and they don't know how to, open up themselves and whatever. You want to encourage people. That's a learning process as well. That's how you'll be able to learn as well. So you don't want to hold everything in. A young lady said her forehead is big because she holds everything in. She keeps everything in here, so her forehead got pretty big. We don't want any big foreheads, yeah. We want people just feel open and just you sometimes you just have to learn, and that's just a process in life. Yeah.
And with technology today, we have a lot of things that we can listen to and look at to
true.
encourage
Yeah.
ourselves.
Because there's a lot of positive, there's a lot of positives that you can look at online.
Yes.
Yeah.
So then we are saying if we need to have this dream materialize, two things we need to look at. We need to look at not just who we speak to, but we need to think of ourselves as being able to accomplish it. I can do this.
Or having already see yourself there.
That as well.
Doing what it is.
So don't ever put yourself in a position where self-doubt takes place. Yeah, you can do it. You know, they talk about the first man who walked in the moon. He never thought that could happen. We can go all the way back to, I don't want to call names, I may not remember who invented the telephone. But yeah, he thought he couldn't do it either. Yeah, but that's where, yeah.
Ceirid, I want to ask the both of you, Ceirid and Eva, what would you look at the camera and tell your younger self right now.
Girlfriend, you made it. I am proud of you if nobody else is. Great job.
I'm talking to my younger self?
Yes.
Okay. Girl, don't take on nobody. Keep your dream alive. Go for it.
I will tell my younger self, girl, you're so amazing. You're an amazing woman. And you can do it. You can do anything you put your mind to. You're just amazing.
We've come to wrap up time.
Oh.
We've come to wrap up time. And it's been a wonderful discussion, ladies. It is our hope that somebody would be encouraged to keep the dream alive. Dreams matter. Dreams matter. So until next time, tell somebody about the living room.
At Orange Grove Memorial Gardens, we offer families a dignified and lasting way to honor their loved ones through our beautifully constructed crypt spaces. Here's how it works. Each crypt is carefully sealed, ensuring long-term preservation while still allowing families to visit, and place flowers in a serene landscaped environment. Orange Grove Memorial Gardens, where legacy and love are honored with dignity.